Good morning, class. Today we're going to do our vocabulary flipped lesson for Lesson 15, the Extra Good Sunday. Let's go over our vocabulary for this new lesson. The first word is festive. Everybody felt happy and merry at the festive birthday dinner. Festive. What does it mean? Festive means joyous. Ingredients. The ingredients in this salad include tomatoes, lettuce, and cucumbers. Ingredients. What does it mean? Ingredients are the things you include in a recipe. Degrees. This snack was baked in a hot oven. It was set to 350 degrees. Degrees. What does it mean? Degrees are units used to measure temperature. Recommended. It is recommended that pizza cool before you eat it. That is good advice. Recommended. What does it mean? Recommended means suggested. Anxiously. This boy anxiously measured the sugar. He was afraid of making a mistake. Anxiously. What does it mean? Anxiously means with worry, fear, or impatience. Cross. Children often feel cross or angry when asked to eat food they dislike. Cross. What does it mean? Someone who feels cross is in a bad mood or is grouchy. Remarked. The guest remarked or said that the meal was delicious. Remarked. What does it mean? Remarked means spoke about something. Tense. Relax when you frost a cake. If you're tense, your hands will shake and ruin it. Tense. What does it mean? Tense means nervous or anxious. Complimented. Ramona's father complimented the girls on the great dinner. Complimented. What does it mean? Complimented means someone has been politely congratulated or praised for something. Frantically. Beezus and Ramona frantically flipped through the pages of the cookbook to find a recipe for dinner. Frantically. What does it mean? Frantically means something is being done in a great hurry or in a wild way. Now, friends, I will read our Lesson 15 vocabulary reader called Kitchen Science by Lisa Benjamin. Table of Contents, Science in the Kitchen, page 3, Tools for Measuring, page 4, Tools for Mixing, page 6, Tools for Heating and Cooling, page 8, Tools for Eating, page 10. Science in the Kitchen. Making a meal is sort of like doing a science experiment. In the lab, scientists heat things up or mix them together to watch them change. When you heat or mix foods and flavors, they change too. Scientists often follow instructions to do an experiment. So do cooks. Their instructions are called recipes. Like scientists, cooks also need tools. Tools help them warm, freeze, mix, and mash. Science can be performed in a lab or a kitchen. Tools for measuring. You're baking a cake. The recipe calls for a teaspoon of salt, but you don't know how much that is. No need to get anxious about it. Just take out some measuring spoons. Measuring spoons help you figure out small amounts. Measuring cups help you figure out larger amounts. It's hard to follow recipes without measuring cups. Scales can measure almost any kind of food. Cooks often need to weigh food, but they don't get tense. Instead, they use scales. A scale tells you how many ounces or pounds something weighs. Tools for mixing. Cooks often mix foods. Mixing makes something new. For instance, lots of different ingredients make up a salad. They may include lettuce, tomatoes, and cucumbers, among other things. To make a salad, cooks use knives to cut up the ingredients. Then they use big spoons to toss everything together. It's recommended that you cook with an adult's help. Cooks also use a tool called a blender. It helps them mix smoothies and shakes. A tasty shake can make anything seem more festive and fun. A food processor is another tool. Cooks use it to mix tomatoes and spices for salsa. They also use it to whip up sauces. They use it to mash together potatoes and cream too. What do you think that makes? Blenders swirl liquids together to make a shake. Tools for heating and cooling. Heating or freezing food changes it too. Sometimes cooks bake liquid batter to make a cake. Other times they chill liquid cream to make ice cream. Most kitchens have two big tools for these jobs. Ovens heat food, freezers cool it down. This cook uses a tool called a torch to heat food. You need a freezer to keep ice cream frozen. Good cooks always pay close attention to the temperature in the oven or the freezer. Ovens and freezers have thermometers. You can set the oven to 350 degrees to bake a cake or to 450 degrees to cook a chicken. You can set a freezer to low to freeze ice cream. Cooks also need to know how long to heat food. A timer is a good tool for that. If you set a timer when you put something in the oven, the alarm will go off when the food is ready. Tools for eating. When the cooking is done, the experiment is over. Time to grab some tools for eating. Forks, spoons, and knives help us cut and pick up food. Without them, we'd have to eat with our fingers. That would be messy. In Italy, if someone remarked that you were a good fork, that would mean you're a good eater. So don't get cross and think you're being called a tool. Chopsticks are another tool for eating. Now friends, it's time to get your vocabulary sheet. Make sure you get this sheet. If you're not sure where to find it, ask your teacher. And this is vocabulary for the Extra Good Sunday. Write your name and number at the top. The directions say to cut out the vocabulary words below and paste them into the chart to match the correct definition. On the left side, you'll see the definitions. On the right side, you'll see the chart where you need to paste your vocabulary words. At the bottom, please cut out the words on the dotted line. The vocabulary words are complimented, frantically, remarked, tense, degrees, recommended, cross, anxiously, ingredients, and festive. After you cut these words out, you will paste them in to the correct side to match the definition. The definitions are joyous, things you include in a recipe, to congratulate or praise someone for something they've done, units used to measure temperature, to suggest, nervously, fearfully, or with worry, in a bad mood or grouchy, spoke about something, nervous or anxious, something done in a great hurry or in a wild way. After you finish doing this, on the back side you will see vocabulary sentences. Again, write your name and number at the top. The directions say to choose 4 vocabulary words and write them in a sentence. Please make sure you use third grade sentences with correct capitalization and punctuation. You can choose any 4 vocabulary words that you would like to write on these lines. These sentences are worth 3 points each. You'll get a point for capitalizing, a point for punctuating, and also a point for using the vocabulary word correctly. When you are finished and you've double-checked both sides of this worksheet, please turn it in.